Welcome, friends. Welcome back for more Santa Lucia. Hope you guys are having a great start of your Labor Day weekend. I sure am. Let's get started. So where we left off was to pick which person you want to do the questionnaire with, the icebreaker. So after the votes came in and some consideration, we are going to be picking Nate. Nate was really nice when we talked earlier. I think he's a safe choice. How about you, Nate? Oh, I'd love to. He prances forward and gives a long theatrical bow. Thank you, darling. I scratch behind my ear. Was that really necessary? Absolutely. He waves a finger in my face. All the world's a stage. And now we must begin the next performance. He grabs my hand and leads me to a nice shady spot. Maybe I judged too quickly on the safe part. Karina, why don't you choose next? Sure thing. I'd like to pair up with Carlos. Mm-hmm. He seems genuinely surprised at that. Why me? I'd like to pick your brain on some other topics, if you don't mind. You're the first reasonable person I've met that has the opinions you have. Oof. Good luck, Carlos. She's not one to She's not one to back down from a good debate. Oh, that leaves just me and Brian. Brian's jaw hangs. I can't believe nobody picked me. This never happened before. Hey, look at it this way. You and your mentor get to spend some quality time together. My man, I'm not sure you realize what kind of guy you're talking to, but you're speaking my language. That's the spirit. With everyone split off into their pairs, the questions begin to fly. The fox jitters around in place while humming to himself, most likely trying to get comfortable on the grass. You never told me what you're gonna study. Oh yeah. You look super smart. I bet it's something sciencey, right? Engineering? I'm studying. I scratch under my chin, pondering how best to respond. Nothing? What? I haven't declared a major yet, unfortunately. That's not good, Ben. You don't even have an idea of what you want to learn? Well, business is nice, I guess. Oh, darling, this won't do at all. You should join me in performing arts. I air at my collar a bit. I don't think acting is for me. A shame. You've got the look for it. He whispers something to himself that I'm not able to catch. What was that? It was nothing. We have some questions we need to ask each other, right? He smiles while putting out the pink sheet from his packet. Right. I look at him quizzically, but all he returns is a very practiced smile. I'll ask the first one on my list. What kind of music do you listen to? That's a safe... I mean, fun one. I'm a pretty big fan of 80s music. I'm aware my eyes start to glaze over. My sister used to watch old movies while babysitting me as a kid. I guess those distinct sounds make me think of my childhood. Everything was simpler. I love old movies too. Which ones did she watch? Oh, the one that sticks out to me was Labyrinth. The one with David Bowie? Yeah. I scratch under my chin again. The one where the sister wishes her baby brother would disappear. Changes! God, I love David Bowie. Yeah, you've actually listened to his music? Of course! You could say I'm a bit of a pop expert. I did a huge research project on the evolution of popular music before I graduated. Wow, that's pretty cool. Usually when I mention the stuff I'm into, I get strange looks by people. Nah, it just means you've got good taste. Thanks. That's something I haven't heard in a while. Don't mention it. What's your question? I glance down my sheet and pick out an appropriate one. What's your favorite video game? Final Fantasy X-2, hands down. It's showtime, girls! I stare in awe as the flamboyant fox stands and starts singing and dancing. What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? He holds a hand out to me. I can't hear you. Don't you think you're overdoing it just a little? At this point, I'm glancing to my left and right. Everyone's totally looking in our direction. He's so shameless. I can't help but feel all the embarrassment for him. I can't. I don't even know what overdoing it means. He plops right back down as if nothing happened. I've only ever known one other guy like this. So, it's the best game ever. Don't fight me on it. Okay, okay. I have to scoot back to get his face out of mine. I never got into the Final Fantasy games. Oh, you hella should. The stories are incredible, and the music is always breathtaking. The series is one of my biggest inspirations for writing. Oh? He casually mentioned something actually interesting. You're a writer, then? Yepers. Ah, what kind of stories do you write? Nuh-uh. You're gonna have to wait your turn on that one. You already asked a question. What? He smiles as he raises his pink sheet to cover his face. Oh, here's a spicy one. He lets the paper fall from his hands back onto his lap. Would you ever make the first move in a relationship? I audibly scoff at the question. I'm not answering that. Why not? I just don't want to, alright? I fold my arms. I'm not going to budge on this one. It's too personal. Suit yourself. To my surprise, he lets it drop without question. That's it? You're not comfortable with sexuality questions. It's no biggie. It's a difficult subject for a lot of people. I just thought it'd be fun to ask. As for me, I'm waiting for my man of my dreams to sweep me off my feet. I nod my head in reassurance, but deep down, I feel a tinge of regret about not just coming clean. I notice he stares off into the distance. That was a bust. Your turn to ask another question. Oh. I glanced down at my page yet again. He stares at me expectantly. Yeah, expectantly. What? You're not gonna ask about my stories again? I shake my head. No, I can tell you're not comfortable talking about them. Just like I'm not comfortable talking about relationships. Wow, you're surprisingly perceptive. I'll admit, it's one of the few things I'm self-conscious about. Same here, Nate. Same here. My mom always hated my work. Said it was a waste of my talent. He shrugs his shoulders and smiles. Some wounds cut deep. That I know all too well. Here's a good one. What famous person do you feel is overhyped? Andrew Lloyd Webber. Who? You don't know who that is? He holds up a hand and starts counting off names. Phantom of the Opera? Jesus Christ Superstar? Evita? I scratch the top of my head. He's the single most overrated name in Broadway. His songs are bland and uninspired, stories are cliche and poorly paced, productions are focused on spectacle over quality. He wanders off into a verbal tangent about a topic I simply couldn't care less about. And to top it all off, he's a freaking conservative. Oh, the horror. Right? He takes a deep breath and recomposes himself. Sorry, that was uncalled for. Needless to say, when I make it to Broadway, I'm never performing one of his works. You do you, I say with a sarcastic smile. He's definitely a big dreamer, from what I can tell. Getting on Broadway is no easy feat. My turn. Who is your favorite superhero and why? Can't say I'm a huge superhero fan. And with how saturated theaters are with their movies, I'm honestly sick of them. Really? I happen to like those movies. Wait, so you hate this Weber guy's guts for some trashy musicals, and yet you can stand watching that regurgitated tripe? Darling, superhero movies don't try to pass themselves off as anything more sophisticated than they are. I can appreciate when something knows exactly what it is. I see. That's certainly a more nuanced way of looking at it. I guess to answer your question, I used to watch Spider-Man cartoons as a kid. Something about being an underdog like him appealed to me back then. That's cute. He's actually my favorite as well. Though, I remember always wanting to be one of the X-Men when I was in elementary school. Pew pew. He motions with his hands to look like he's firing blasts from them. Nate sits there with the cutest grin. I don't think I've ever met anyone as passionate about what they love. Well, at least not since Eric. It's really refreshing to see someone else like this after all the doom and gloom from high school. I can't help but feel a little jealous of him. It must be nice to march to the beat of your own drum. Alrighty, let's go ahead and switch partners. Now, how exactly are we gonna do that? You didn't figure that out before we started? You're winging it, weren't you? I wouldn't say that. He pulls out his packet and starts furiously flipping through the pages. There's gotta be something in here. I smiled to myself and turned to face the rest of the field. In his own way, this guy's kinda cute. I'm suddenly struck by how empty the field is. Where did everyone go? Chris? Yes? He straightens out his shirt and recomposes himself. I mean, yes, Bennett? Are we falling behind on something? I point my finger towards the field. Hold on a sec, that's my phone. He attempts to dig it out from his pocket, but his hand gets caught on his belt. Finally, he flips it into his hand in one smooth motion and hits the answer button. Hello? I can hear the faint sound of someone laughing at Chris at the other end of the line. I'm not always late. Uh-huh. I just wanted to get everything right. Huh. He seems genuinely distraught over what's being said. Maybe I'm being too hard on him? Alright, I'll do that. Thanks for letting me know. He presses another button on the phone to hang it up. Okay, so... He turns to face the rest of us. We kind of have to move on. I hate to cut this exercise short, but we've got a lot of stuff to cover and I'm already holding us back. I'm sorry. It's alrighty. You're doing your best. For what it's worth, I'm having a good time already. Don't beat yourself up over it. We had plenty of time to get to know each other before you found us. I wouldn't mind getting started on something else. He's still standing there, clearly ashamed of how this all played out. I decided to walk up to him and put a reassuring hand on his shoulder. I'm sorry I haven't been the best, what would you call it? Mentee, I guess? I'm sorry, I haven't been the best mentee so far. But I think you're overthinking it. We're still having fun. Isn't that all that matters? His eyes light up at my words. Yeah, you're right. Thank you for that, Bennett. Please call me Bennett. Okay, everyone. Let's get started on the tour. He dashes over to the sidewalk and waves for us to follow him. I'm going to show you guys the coolest places on campus. We all trail behind him. I find I can't help but smile. He may have his quirks, but I'm kind of glad I have someone like him as a mentor. Chris takes us south, wrapping around, and still not pronouncing it. The sound of the ocean echoes against the walls of the buildings that surround us. I can tell we're really close to the beach here. This big building here on the left is the Liberal Arts Center. Every one of you will eventually have a class either in there or the sister building on the right. As he's narrating our little tour, his arms make all kinds of wild gestures. He's really into this. Wow, this place is really big. I'd imagine many things look big from down there. You better not call me short. You better not be calling me short. Oh, is that what you thought I meant? Carlos walks alongside us, arms folded and a scowl plastered on his face. I don't think he's very impressed. The campus is beautiful, Mr. Davenport. On second thought, maybe I read it wrong. I guess that's just his resting expression. Everybody, stop for a minute. What's wrong, Karina? I just had an awesome idea. She pulls out her phone out from her pocket. This is a picturesque spot. Yeah. This is a picturesque spot. I'd love to get a group photo. Oh! That's a great idea. I can't believe I didn't think of that myself. Ah, I know exactly how I want it done. Wait, what are you... She grabs my shoulders and moves me to a specific spot. Okay, now I want you to look up there all moody and stuff. What? Just do it, alright? As she turns her back to me, her hair flips violently, almost swatting me in the face. What are we doing? Oh, getting handsy here, are we? Do me this one favor, please. I fight the urge to run and hide. I'd rather not face her wrath. And perfect. Hold that pose. Don't you want us to be in the picture too, Karina? Nah, we've got a cover album going. I just ruined the vibe. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. God! I'm taking the picture now. 3, 2, 1. With Karina satisfied, Chris continues his tour, leading us further down the path. Oh, wow. As the road opens up into a clearing, we're given an incredible view of the ocean from a cliff overlooking the beach. This is the seaside marketplace. Wow, indeed. Take a step forward to get a better view. There's a set of stairs that lead down to the beach nearby, and a variety of tables with umbrellas hanging over them sit atop the beach overlook. There are a ton of students gathered here, presumably from the other mentorships groups. This is one of the recreational areas on campus. Students gather here to hang out because it's one of the most convenient beaches in Santa Lucia. We have nets for volleyball set up down there, and there's always a lifeguard on duty. This is my kind of place. We have other accommodations here too. He points at the building behind us, drawing most of our attention. The marketplace is a hub for student activity. We have a grocery store, study rooms available for rent, and the campus's multicultural center located just behind those doors. Seems like we're going to spend a lot of time here, huh? Definitely. I can see myself setting up my art. Guys, I don't know my vocabulary. I'm painting the scenery here. If you think this place is pretty, wait until you see the agricultural and sustainability department. Hey, there's a bunch of students down on the beach. And I think I see a few of my friends over there. This feels like a great time to soak up some rays, yeah? What do you mean? We might as well enjoy the sun for a bit. Looks like the other groups are doing it. But I'm on a strict schedule here. Let's put it up for a vote. Nate claps his hands and takes a few steps back to get a better view of our group. I know we just started, but sometimes you need to smell the roses. All in favor of continuing the tour, raise your hand. Chris meekly raises his hand. I consider raising mine too, since the sooner we get this over with, the sooner I can get some sleep. But Now all in favor of staying here for a bit, raise your hand. Unsurprisingly, Nate and Brian's hands fly up. Karina looks at me and shrugs before raising hers. I feel the peer pressure. I'm down for it. Carlos doesn't respond at all. Okay, I guess I'm being outvoted. I think we can spare half an hour or so. Go have fun, you guys. We'll meet back here at the top of the hour. Yes. In an instant, Brian takes off his shirt and starts running down the stairs to the beach. See you dudes later. Same. I'm gonna go hang out with my friends. See you soon, my lovelies. He fans his fingers at us while walking towards a group of... Yeah. He fans his fingers at us, while walking towards a group on the overlook. Chris? Huh? Yes, Carlos? Carlos looks really nervous for some reason. Could I ask you to help me do something in the market? Of course, what is it? He walks up to the shepherd and whispers something in his ear. Oh. As he takes a step back, he noticeably tries to avoid eye contact with me and Karina. Yeah, we can do that. I think there's paperwork you need to fill out, though. Carlos nods his head. Chris looks at us and smiles. Carlos and I will be right back, okay? Yeah, no problem. Turns out the break was useful, huh? Yeah. He dashes to catch up with Carlos while we watch as they disappear behind the glass doors. Well, looks like we've got some time to kill. Want to find a nice place to sit? Sure. We head into the sea of umbrellas on the overlook together. I notice an empty table close to the edge and point it out. How about there? Works for me. I arrive first and pull out a chair for Karina. Ah, what a gentleman. Thank you. Don't mention it. I scratch behind my head in embarrassment. I can't believe I did that unconsciously. She's my best friend. As I take a seat opposite Karina, I notice there's actually someone sitting at the table next to us. The dragon is wearing a curiously out-of-season jacket with the hood up. Huh. That's strange. I didn't see him when we were walking in. I'm caught off guard when he unexpectedly meets my gaze with his own. He quickly breaks it off and looks in the other direction. He gets up from his seat and starts walking away. Huh. You okay? Yeah, it's nothing. I brush it off and turn my attention back to her. I allow myself to sink into the chair and relax. You look comfy. The cushions on these chairs are so soft. I think I could fall asleep on them. You had a late check-in, huh? Huh? Oh yeah, I don't think I told you. I overheard you mention it to Nate. My flight out of Chicago got delayed twice in a row. You should have seen how pissed everyone was. I can imagine. I noticed you've got bags forming under those eyes. I take it you didn't get any sleep on the plane, right? No. Still have those nightmares, huh? I sink into the chair more and cover my eyes with my arm. I'm used to it. Sometimes I get lucky and I don't dream at all. I think you should take a quick nap. I move my arm enough so one eye peeks out at her. We'll have plenty of time to catch up during the school year. I'll keep an eye out and make sure you're safe. She giggles the same way she used to when we were kids. You don't mind? Not at all, Ben. That's what friends are for. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt. Thanks, Karina. Don't mention it. She scoots closer to the railing and folds her arms over it, getting a better look at the ocean. You're the best. It'll just be a cat nap. When my eyes close, all sound seems to fade away. I walk alone in the empty darkness. This used to frighten me when I was younger, but I've seen this so many times now. Vast, endless abyss stretches out into infinity. The only thing keeping me oriented is the weight of my feet on invisible ground. No. In the distance, I see a figure slowly approaching me. Take a step back, not sure what to expect. Ben? What? But her gentle voice finds my ears. I'm relieved in an instant and put my guard down. Jess, is that you? Her name leaves my lips, sending a warm shiver down my neck. Listen, me. I can't hear you. Jess, I'm coming. I break into a sprint. I have to see you. I won't lose you. Not again. Ben. No matter how fast I run, I can't seem to close any distance. I've always stumbled doing this here. But right now, I have a clear goal. If I could just get closer. Jess, don't leave me. Don't fight. Must believe. Tears in my eyes start stinging. Jess! Like the last flickers of an ember, she dissipates from view. I hunch over, hands on my knees. Through blurry eyes, I'm able to watch as the teardrops fall into infinity. I recompose myself. It's just another nightmare. What does it mean? Without direction, I begin to wander. It's not often I have moments of lucidity. Why does my brain torture me like this? Ben! My ears perk up. Jess? I glance around for any sign of her, but I find nothing. Just a voice on the wind. I stand in shock when the sensation of warm, welcoming arms wrap around me from behind. I try to speak, but the words never come. Instead, I collapse into them, buckling from the weight I'm carrying. The presence doesn't stagger. I can feel the warmth of her head resting against mine. An emotion I haven't felt in years comfort me. Peace.